everyone, this is Marika and welcome back to another session with me. We are dealing with the sixth unit, that is methods of teaching. Till date, we have discussed various different types of methods of teaching, which is lecture, demonstration, seminar, symposium, panel discussion, field trip, role play. We have seen what are these methods of teaching, how are they used as a method of teaching, how it is effective, what are the advantages, what are the disadvantages, what are the guidelines to be followed, and different principles of different methods. And today I am here with another method of teaching, which is actually a very interesting method of teaching, as well as it is an important and effective way for learning as well. The topic for today's discussion is exhibition. So you all must be very familiar with the term exhibition, right? We hear the term exhibition from the time of our school and also in our colleges and university. Now, exhibition, as we know, is a method which is used to elicit the interest of the student, and it is a student-centered method. Today in this session, we will be discussing about what is exhibition, what are the different purposes, what are the characteristics, and what are the various advantages and disadvantages of exhibition as a method of teaching. Now let us first see what is the general meaning of the word exhibition. The meaning of the word exhibition is to display. It is a display or a demonstration of a skill. In exhibition, we either display a certain thing or we demonstrate a certain skill. Alright? Today we are discussing about educational exhibition. So educational exhibition or exhibitions are conducted by the school in the school. Educational exhibitions are conducted within the school or colleges. It is conducted by the entire school, or it is conducted by a particular class within the school or the college to put up their work so that they can show their work, what they have done to the people, not just within the school but also outside the school or the college. So here the students either in the school or in colleges are actively involved in making certain items that are to be displayed to the viewers, to the people who come to actually visit the exhibition. So those items which is prepared by the student and which are displayed in an exhibition is known as exhibits. So exhibition is a familiar term for us. It is also a familiar event for all of us. We see exhibitions are being conducted in different sectors, not just in education, but also outside education, maybe for a market. So exhibitions are very familiar. We go to a certain exhibition and visit the exhibition in order to see a certain material or a certain item that is made by the people and this, right? Our focus is on all the exhibits that they have prepared. Now, these exhibits that is prepared and displayed in an exhibition are made after a well thought out deliberate plan. So this line suggests that exhibition is a process in which exhibits are prepared for displaying. It is displayed for not just the people within the institution, but outsiders are also invited to see the work that is done by the students. And exhibition is a thought out and a planned process, right? So there is a deliberate plan in order to make those exhibits and display it to a large number of people, which means exhibition requires proper planning and proper organizing for it to be conducted and also for it to be a successful one. As we are talking about educational exhibition, now these exhibitions are conducted by the school or within the school to ensure that the learners are educated through those exhibits or through the exhibition process. So the main purpose of exhibition is to educate the learners. I hope you've got a basic idea about what is exhibition. Let us now see what is the definition of exhibition. The term exhibition refers to a project, a presentation, or a product through which the student exhibit or displays what they have learned. And this is done usually as a way to find out to what degree does the student have achieved educational objectives. It can be a project, it can be a product, or it can also be a presentation which is done by the students, and these are exhibited. These are actually displayed to the people, to the other people, And it is done in order to make sure or in order to ensure that the educational objectives that are provided are met. And if it is met, to what extent are those educational objectives met? Educational exhibitions are usually conducted to display or to demonstrate what the students have learned. An exhibition is typically two things, okay? The first one, it is a method or a learning experience in itself. Those who are participating in it are actually learning about it, learning about the method or the model that they are presenting. And it is also a way to evaluate the academic progress of the students. Now, if the educational objectives are met, to what extent are those educational objectives, right? To determine that. So here, an exhibition is a method or a process of actually learning as well as evaluating the academic progress of the students. So now that we have understood what exhibition is, now let us see what are the various purposes of exhibition. Why do we have to conduct exhibition within the school or a college? What are the different purposes of exhibition as a method of teaching? The first purpose is to achieve specialized knowledge among the students. So through exhibition, as I said, the student needs to prepare, they need to have a well thought out plan, and they need to actually organize the entire exhibition, right? So here what happens, the students, when they get a particular topic to present or to display in the exhibition, the student have to have a thorough knowledge about the particular topic that they are given. So through this process, the students will be able to achieve specialized knowledge on the particular topic. Now again, exhibition is also considered a method of learning which is adventurous, right? The students learn with excitement. The students also learn and have in-depth knowledge on the topic, which is not a boring way to learn, but an adventurous way for the students to learn. That is the first purpose. It will help the student to develop specialized knowledge. The second purpose is to develop the student's ability in thinking and imagination. So for students to create a particular exhibit, even though they know what is the topic, it requires a lot of thinking, right? You need to make a model of what you have studied theoretically. So it takes a lot of thinking and imagination for the students. So the main purpose of the exhibition is also to develop that imagination power among the students. Another purpose of exhibition is to train the students to focus on facts. When the students are involved in making an exhibit, right, they are involved in making the exhibit and they want the exhibit to be attractive so that the viewers come to them. They want to attract people. Their exhibit should be made in such a way which attracts the attention of the people around. So they have to focus on facts and figures that will attract the viewers as well. The next purpose is to reveal the idea clearly and effectively. So as I said, the students are supposed to make an exhibit model on a particular topic which they have studied theoretically. So sometimes the idea what we have studied about the information what we have, it might not be a clear idea on the topic. So what happens when we what happens when we actually make an exhibit? It helps us to develop a clear and realistic picture on the topic. The purpose of exhibition is to make the idea or the information more clear, relevant, and understandable. Next one is to stimulate team spirit among the student. Obviously, an exhibition, when it is carried out, it requires team spirit, right? The entire student have to come together to make a particular exhibit. It might be divided into small groups, or it might be the student of the class as a whole. So it helps students to develop team spirit. They will know how to work in group. They will know what is team spirit, how things are carried out within a team or as a group. The next purpose is to summarize the idea or to provide meaning or to emphasize on the meaning of the particular topic. So if any activities or any idea has been completed, to summarize those ideas into one and to display it to the people is also one of the purpose of conducting an exhibition. Next one is to give recognition to the organization, which is school or colleges, for the product that they have made. Through exhibition, the students or the school or the organization will be able to display their product, right? So they will be able to display their product, which will gain them recognition. So to gain recognition for the organization for what they have prepared, for the exhibits that they have prepared, so that viewers or people outside the school and college can see and give them recognition, is why exhibition is also conducted in educational institutions. And the last one is to promote understanding. So educational exhibitions are also conducted to make sure that the topics are well understood by the learners. As we have seen in the very beginning, it is usually conducted to educate the students, to educate the learners. So to promote understanding on various topics better and clearly, exhibitions are conducted. So those were the various purposes of conducting an exhibition. Let us now see what are the different characteristics of an exhibition. The first characteristic is exhibition is an effective method of mass communication and instruction. So through exhibition, we are able to reach out to a large number of people, right? Even if it is conducted by the school, we invite people from outside so that they can see what is exhibited. So it is a way, or it is a very effective way to reach out to a large number of people. The second characteristic is self-activity is fostered on the part of participants, right? So here participants are to be actively involved. So the activities that are carried out to prepare an exhibit requires a lot of effort from the participants. They have to put in a lot of effort, not just physically and carrying out the work in building the model or building the exhibit, but also mentally. It should help an individual to develop as a whole. Next one, again, as we have seen in the purposes, team spirit is encouraged. So as I have said in the purposes, as we discussed, exhibition is carried out usually as a team. Exhibits are made by the student as a whole group. So here what happens, they'll get to learn how to work in group, what can be done to work better as a team, and how can you make your team the best one out of all the teams. So team spirit is actually inculcated and it is also developed in the students while they are carrying out an exhibition. The next characteristic of exhibition is having a better parent and school contacts. Now, how an exhibition can help to develop a better parent and school contact? As I said, for an exhibition, we usually call out people from outside, visitors from outside. So parents are also invited while exhibitions are conducted. Now, when parents are invited, parents actually get to see what their children have done, what the students within the school have done. The parents will get to know what the students in the school are actually doing. The parents visit to the school, which will help to foster a better relationship between the parent and school. Next characteristic, for any school and colleges, exhibition must be an annual fair, okay, which means exhibition must be conducted every year. It must be a plan to be included in the academic year. So every year, exhibition must be conducted. But the idea of conducting an exhibition or holding an exhibition, even it is at the end of the year or even it is during the mid of the year, the idea is to be communicated to the students in the beginning of the year. So as I said, exhibition is an annual fair. It must be conducted every year. But even though it is not planned in the beginning of the year, even though it is planned in the mid of the year or the end of the year, the students must have the idea that exhibition will be conducted by the institution. So the idea of holding the exhibition or conducting the exhibition must be communicated to the students in the beginning of the year itself. The next characteristic is the teacher must guide the students in organizing and planning the exhibition. Of course, the teacher plays an important part in exhibition. So teacher must be actively involved for the guidance of the student in planning the exhibition and also in organizing the exhibition, how it is to be conducted, what is the theme of exhibition, what are the topics different group will be getting. So teacher must be actively involved in guiding the student throughout the process of exhibition. The next characteristics is the exhibition must have a single theme with few sub-themes. So as I said, for exhibition to be held within the organization, you must have a theme, right? Why are we holding this exhibition? Why is this exhibition conducted? For example, an exhibition on audio-visual aids. So it is an exhibition that is conducted by a particular class Now, since audiovisual media is learned in second year in communication and education, the students of second year BSc can actually conduct an exhibition on various audiovisual media that can be used in nursing education. The theme to be chosen for the particular exhibition must be a single theme, okay? But within those themes also, we can have few sub-themes. The next characteristic is the exhibits must be clean and well organized. Of course, the exhibits must be clean and it must be organized well so that the viewers also get to have a proper look at the exhibit and also understand it in a better way. So exhibits must be clean and it must be organized in a well manner. The next characteristic is the exhibits must be placed in such places where the viewers can see it the most. Okay, so the arrangement of exhibits, when it is done for exhibition, we must place those exhibits in such places where most of the viewers can see the exhibits. The next characteristic is the place which is selected and also the exhibit must be well lighted. Okay, so the lightings must be proper in order to give a clear picture on the exhibit. Of course, lighting plays a major role, especially when it is about displaying something. Proper lighting helps to give a proper and a clear picture on particular topic. So a proper lighting must be arranged as well as in the place where the exhibits are kept. All right. The next characteristic is motion and sound must be used in order to capture the attention of the viewers. So various exhibits in exhibition may be a walking model. So here, to catch the attention of the viewers, we can make use of motions as well as sounds. The next characteristic is the exhibit must include demonstration, again to catch the attention of the other students and the viewers. Okay, if the exhibit includes a demonstration, it is easier to gain attention from the viewers. The next characteristic says that some of the exhibits in the exhibition must be with operative mechanisms so that the viewers can operate. Alright, so some of the exhibits, as I said, can be a walking model. It can be also a still model. Some of the exhibits should have operational mechanisms so that the visitors who come and visit can actually operate those models. There can be switches or handles that can be used by the visitor. Of course, the visitor might not have a clear picture or idea about the topic, but the switches and handles can be used where the visitor operates the particular model and sees what actually happens once it is operated. This is also done in order to attract the visitors. Now let us see the arrangement of exhibits. How are the exhibits arranged in an exhibition? So all different types of exhibits must be kept in a mixed manner. Okay, so popular ones at one side, complex one at one side, and simple ones at one side are not to be kept. It must be kept intermixed. Okay, so popular, difficult ones or simple ones all are kept in a mixed fashion. Next one is too many exhibits in a single place must not be kept. Of course, the exhibits must be, as we have seen in the beginning, must be kept very nicely in an orderly manner. When too many exhibits are kept in a particular place, it creates confusion. It does not give a clear picture and it might not give the message also clearly. So too many exhibits in one place, overcrowding a particular area with exhibits must be avoided. Next one, as discussed, exhibits must be kept in place which is well lighted. Again, another one, dynamic and static exhibits are to be kept mixed so that overcrowding can be avoided. Okay, so as I said, some of the models or some of the exhibits can be still model or static model, or some can be moving, working or dynamic model. If we keep the dynamic ones separate from those which are static or still, people will be crowded more towards the dynamic one. So in order to avoid this overcrowding, we should not separate the dynamic ones and static ones. Rather, we should keep it mixed so that overcrowding can be avoided. Now, we must remember while doing the arrangement of exhibit that colorful and moving exhibits usually gain the more attention of the viewer, right? When it is colorful, it obviously attracts the viewers, and if it is dynamic, if it is a working model, people would love to see how it works. So colorful and moving models or moving exhibits are the ones which attracts the most viewers. In order to conduct any educational exhibition, entire campus must be involved, cleaned and prepared for the exhibition. As we are conducting exhibition for the people outside the campus, so the entire campus must be prepared for holding the exhibition. Next one, student committees must be formed in order to carry out different activities. That we need volunteers to conduct an exhibition when visitors are coming from outside. The students committee must be created so that different activities can be handled by different group of students and the responsibilities are equally divided. Next one, there should be enough space for the visitors as well as the participants to stand and explain. So whenever exhibits are arranged, it must be arranged in a place and in a manner where there's enough space for the visitors to stand and also for the participants to stand and explain the entire exhibit. Now let us see, how do we plan an exhibition? While planning the exhibit or while planning the exhibition, following points must be remembered by the participant or people actively involved. The first one is put only one central idea on your exhibit, right? As I said, the theme must be a single theme. It must not be confusing for the people. So one single idea or one central idea must be focused on. The next one is placement of the exhibit. So the exhibit obviously must be placed in such a place which can be visible to all the visitors, as we have discussed in the characteristics. Now, one very important thing to remember is an exhibit is for seeing and not for reading. So we must make sure that exhibit displays the message when it is looked upon. It is not for reading it out and understanding it in such a way. Just by looking at the exhibit, people should have enough idea about what it is, right? It is not something to be read. The levels on the exhibits that we keep must be short and simple, right? As I said, it is not to be read. The levels must be short and simple, just for giving general information about the exhibit. Now, when we put level on the exhibit, we must make sure that the levels are uniform. Uniformity should be there. Now, color, as I said, attracts people. Color may add interest. When we give the level or when we make the exhibit, we must try to make it colorful so that it attracts the people. And as discussed, sound and mechanism also attract more number of visitors. So all these things must be kept in mind while we plan for exhibition. Let us now see what are the advantages and disadvantages of exhibition. First one is inspires the student by giving them the opportunity to learn things on their own, right? In exhibition, students are involved in self-activity. So what happens? It will give the opportunity to the students to learn through various experiences, and hence it will inspire the students. The next one is students will have sense of accomplishment and achievement if they are able to conduct an exhibition, and if their exhibition goes on well, it will obviously give a sense of achievement to the students. The next advantage is it helps the student to develop communication skills, cooperation and coordination among the students. Next one, it helps or it fosters better community and school relation. As we have seen, visitors will come from outside. It will help to develop a good parent and school relationship, hence developing a good relationship between the school and the community as well. The next one is it fosters creativity in the students. Let us now see what are the demerits of exhibition. Of course, an exhibition is a great way of learning. It has various advantages to offer, but every process comes with disadvantages. Similarly, exhibition, even though it is a brilliant way of learning, it is a learner-centric method. There are few disadvantages as well. The first one, of course, is time-consuming. For an exhibition to be conducted, for the exhibits to be made, for it to be prepared, it requires a lot of time, not just in the students' end, but also for the school and the teachers, right? We have to plan out the exhibit, we have to find out the theme, and we have to discuss it with the entire school or the entire class. We have to learn how it is to be done, how it will be conducted, how many people to be invited, how is the entire process organized. We have to form the committee to share the responsibilities, and to prepare the exhibit itself requires a lot of preparation and time for the students. So it is of course a time consuming process. The next one, it requires thorough preparation. As I said, it requires a lot of preparation in the end of the students as well as the teacher and the school and colleges as a whole. Next one, it requires large amount of budget. Of course, an exhibit is, as we have been discussing, it must be colorful, it must attract the viewers, it must be moving, it should not be dynamic. There are so many characteristics that an exhibit should meet. So to conduct an exhibition requires a lot of funds. So obviously it is expensive. And finally, organizing an exhibition is not an easy task. Okay, so as I said, organizing an exhibition, to conduct an exhibition, it requires a lot of time, it requires a lot of preparation, it requires a lot of fund, and it requires a lot of preparation to prepare the exhibit as well. So preparing and organizing an exhibition within an educational institution is not an easy task. So for each and every topic, exhibition cannot be used as a method of teaching and learning. To conclude, today we have seen what is exhibition as a method of teaching, what are the various characteristics, what are the various principles, how are the arrangements done, what are the plannings to be made, and what are the various advantages, disadvantages, and also important purposes of exhibition. I hope you all have understood what exhibition is and all the aspects that we have dealt today. I hope the class was helpful and I'll see you all in the next session. Thank you and have a great day ahead.